What's going on, you guys? I'm Cartel from Hell, back again with another review. This time we're going to be reviewing none other than this XM Studios Ghost Rider statue. Now, I've already done an unboxing for this statue, so go ahead and check that out as soon as you get a chance. Yo, honestly, you guys, I have to say it right now. I'm extremely happy with this piece, and I'm definitely very impressed with it in person. It has become my favorite piece in my collection. Looking over this piece, I have checked everywhere, you guys, and I haven't been able to find any flaws. If you're thinking about quality in this game, this is like the Ferrari or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just very top-notch, very premium, very high quality, and you just can't get any better than this, you guys. If you guys are looking for something that's pure quality, this is what you need to get. You know, you don't have to search any further. This is it, man. I'm telling you, I'm extremely happy with it. You guys need to jump on it. No joke. Now, before we go ahead and dive any deeper when it comes to the design and the sculpt of this statue, I just want to go ahead and show you some things that this piece came with. XM Studios has included an assembly handbook that gives you step-by-step instructions on how to put the statue together. Since there is 20 pieces in total, making it a little difficult to figure out which order the pieces should go. It also gives credit to the sculptor and design team that is responsible for this statue, along with a brief description and origin of Johnny Blaze and the spirit of vengeance known as the Ghost Rider. They also give you some really important pointers on how to care and clean your statue. I'm really impressed that XM keeps on going above and beyond, and it's the little things that separate them from the rest of the pack. XM has even included this beautiful print that is printed on nice hardstock paper that will look great displayed next to the statue. It's a really nice companion piece and makes you realize just how hard it must be translating a two-dimensional image into a highly detailed three-dimensional sculpture. The Ghost Rider's first appearance was in Marvel Spotlight number 5, and one thing that I love about that first appearance issue is that it actually contains a brief origin story of Johnny Blaze and how he became the Ghost Rider. One of my favorite things about this statue has to be the pose and just how dynamic the whole concept is in general. Both wheels spinning, completely engulfed as he rides out of the gates of hell to seek vengeance, leaving a trail of hellfire and brimstone in his wake. They have also placed individually sculpted skulls embedded all over the base, deep within the rock. The scattered skulls also have a very weathered effect and look as though they have been decaying for centuries. Johnny Blaze himself has a very highly detailed sculpt. You can actually see the spinal column has been sculpted embedded within the flame, and even though his face is only a skull, you still get a lot of expression from the way his jawbone is hinged open, making you feel like you could almost hear him screaming. His leather jacket is fully sculpted and done so well that you actually get the effect that it is made from mixed media. Around his back and shoulders, his jacket has been seared from the fire of his flaming skull, giving the jacket a very battle damaged and road worn look to it. He also has his very iconic spikes placed on his shoulders and around his wrists, along with buckle fastened leather straps and gloves. Around his waist is a tightly fastened leather belt that is holding the bottom half of his jacket tightly around his lower torso. The stitching has even been sculpted on the seams of his pants, and he even has more spikes around his legs with 3 more leather straps with buckles around his ass-kicking boots. Most of the spikes have been casted in cold cast porcelain, but 2 of the spikes have actually been made out of a rubber-like material so they don't break while you're placing Johnny Blaze on the bike. That was a really nice touch, and it just goes to show you that XM is willing to go the extra mile when it comes to the longevity and long-term displayability of the statue. His hellfire chain whipping around him and set ablaze adds an extra element of motion and really gives you the impression he is on a rampage of vengeance, ready to crack some fucking skulls. I'm extremely happy that the chain was included just because how iconic it is to the character, and I'm really impressed with the way that it came out. Another thing that is very impressive to me is this bike. It could easily be a statue all by itself. With an extremely high level of detail, no expense was spared. The frame itself has been made out of actual metal, and the forks have been made out of metal as well. I love the chopper-like style of the bike, and it has even been decked out with a demon skull, giving it a very sinister look. The engine has been sculpted with exacting detail and even has the exhaust pipes running out of them. I'm really surprised just how far they took it with the level of detail on the bike. Not everything is completely there, but what is there has far surpassed my expectations and really makes me feel like I'm getting a lot for my money. I love the way the fuel tank and fender have the same hard edge look and style. It really ties it all together so well. XM has even placed these license plates that say Ghost Rider on them and have your actual edition number of the statue printed on them as well. I think it was a really cool addition and I'm extremely happy that they included it. It's just one more piece of detail that really leaves me impressed every time I think about this statue. Say what you want about it. You might not like certain things or have slight tweaks that you might want to change due to personal preference, but you can't take away the fact that it is a highly detailed statue that has been sculpted to perfection and produced at the highest level quality possible without a single flaw. As a concept alone, it is extremely ambitious, and the fact that XM was able to actually make this possible solidifies the fact that they are a force to be reckoned with. Another thing that I love about this statue, you guys, is the materials that were used. Not only is it a very heavy, cold cast porcelain statue that is very thickly casted, they're giving us a lot of metal with this statue. The forks right here, all the way from here down, they're all metal. I have a magnet right here. They didn't skimp out on this statue. They gave you everything that they could. They checked all the boxes. Not only are those forks metal, but the frame of the bike itself, metal as well. And it's not just here, it's the whole frame of the bike going all the way to the back of the bike, you guys. And then they also have some metal foot pegs right here. One of the last pieces that's metal is they used real metal screws on the license plate. The license plate itself isn't metal, but the screws holding the license plate in are metal. And not only did they use metal for the frame, but to actually fasten the frame together and the assembly of the bike with the back wheel and the front wheel, they actually used real washers and real nuts to fasten them in and secure them tight. So that's very impressive to me, you guys. If I think about it, this statue probably has more metal in this one piece than there is in my whole collection out of all the pieces I have. And I'm not talking about, you know, the pegs, stuff like that. Of course they're gonna have metal pegs inside of them. I'm talking about, you know, blades, claws. This statue right here has more than all of them put together. So there's actually a little bit of a debate going on with this statue. A lot of people wish that the flames of this statue were made out of translucent resin, and honestly, to tell you the truth, you guys, for a long time I thought the same thing. If anybody knows me, they know that I am probably one of the biggest fans of translucent resin. The XM Studios Phoenix statue, that's one of the reasons why that piece has been one of my favorite statues for the longest time, is because that translucent resin. It's very fucking impressive, you guys. It looks so beautiful, and I thought that this piece right here would look super sick with it as well. But to tell you the truth, I actually took my Phoenix and placed it next to this Ghost Rider statue. I walked out of the room and then I walked back in, and the paint of these flames are so fucking attractive, you guys. It really grabs your attention, and I think a reason why it does it so much is because they're actually able to paint the flames exactly how they want to do it. You know, with that translucent resin, it's going to be very hard to manipulate the coloration when it comes to the translucent resin itself, just because the properties of translucent resin isn't as easy to go ahead and mix those colors in like this exactly the way they wanted to. They would have been able to get it pretty close, but not exactly to this specifications of the paint that they were able to do right here. So I'm actually very happy they went this route. They even said themselves that they tried it out with the translucent resin and it looked cheap. So I really trust their judgment, because look what they give us, you guys. This is the type of stuff they bring us. I really trust their judgment when it comes to that. I think to really appreciate it, you have to see it in person. You have to see all the different coloration in the paint and just how impressive and beautiful the paint application is all in itself. You guys might not be able to tell just how big this piece is in the video, but it's actually a very big statue. Measuring in at 33 inches long, 24 inches tall, and then 16 inches wide at its widest point. It's definitely not going to fit inside of a Besta, but it will easily fit in a 39-inch PAX The only thing is, I definitely recommend you guys using some extra metal brackets just to be safe because of how heavy this piece actually is. Now, I actually have the 29-inch packs. I do not have the 39-inch packs, and I plan on putting him on that top shelf. But the only thing is, just like the 39-inch packs, I'm also going to put in those extra metal brackets because the ones that come with the packs themselves, they're actually these really cheap little plastic brackets, unlike the Bestas. The Bestas have the metal ones. So I'm going to go ahead and put in some metal brackets because this piece is just so damn heavy, it's going to come crashing down. Either that or it's going to make the actual shelf sag and bow from the weight alone. So let's go ahead and check and see how that came out. I'm really surprised that it fit. I wasn't 100% completely sure that it was going to fit, so I'm actually very happy that I was able to get it in there. The only way it's going to fit is at this angle right here, but that's the way I plan to have it because that is actually the best viewing angle for this statue anyways. If you guys are looking for the 29-inch packs, just know that Ghost Rider will fit inside of it. I could go on and on and on about this statue, you guys. I am extremely happy to have one in my collection, and I'm actually really contemplating getting a second one just so I could have two in my collection. I guess the question of the day is, does this piece receive the Cartel from Hell seal of approval? Hell yeah, this piece receives the Cartel from Hell seal of approval. Come on, man. What are you, crazy? I just want to say thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this review. It has definitely been a labor of love, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. Be on the lookout for the XM Studios Samurai Batman unboxing and review on this channel as well. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. All right, you guys, catch me if you can on the next one. Thanks for watching.